whoa, that bleeding paving's a bit bright, look at that. They just put these slabs in. I just realised how bloody, woo, wow, bright. As I walked across it, here I am looking down a bit, and I'm like, wow, the old sun reflects off of that a little bit brightly. Anyway, thought I'd come out and do a bit of the old amber for you, up the old walk. Hey, because you know, I ain't been doing that, I've been slipping with me walking, I really have. Give me a kick in the arse, guys, give me a kick in the arse. Because I've been slipping a little bit. Well, it's important to get out here, I tell you, it's beautiful right now, the weather's lovely. I think I read it was like, what was it at? Upper 60s or low 70s, I can't remember now. But it's bloody lovely out here. Absolutely beautiful. So I thought I'd come out, go out. So here I am. I might not be out, but I'm out. And I just wanted to bring attention to something because, you know, one thing we always want to remember is, yes, we have those goals. Yes, we have those things that we want to get to. Visions or whatever it may be. And we want to get there. There's a place we want to be, there's a point that we want to get to be going, right? I don't know if I even made sense there. But it is we set something in our mind of where we want to be, or even a rough outline of where we want to be, and we want to get there. Now, the thing is people want to rush that process. I remember, hey, listen, I'm not out of the woods with this. Hang on, let me go this way. Let me get knocked down. I remember when I was in catering school, in chefing school, and we had, I did patisserie. I did a 2-year course, a program in the 1 year. So it was a year of patisserie and a year of my kitchen larder work. I was going to cross the road, but no, I think I'm going to go this way. Change my mind again. Because that's what I can do, like we all can. We all have choice. But I remember doing patisserie, and everything has to be like right on, and first of all, everything has to be measured exactly spot on and all that. But I'm one of those people that wants to get to the result, or I thought I was, until I started to learn in my journey, recently actually. Well, I'll say recent, not like recent, but recent, also out, isn't it? But, excuse me, when we would do celebration cakes, I remember we had a class where we did Christmas cakes, I think it was. And there's a whole process to that. And they would make, you know, fruit cakes, which don't go down too well in the US, I believe, a heavy fruit cake. If anybody likes heavy fruit cake, hey, hit me up, because I love a bit of fruit cake. My mum used to make an absolute banging fruit cake every year. But, so, in the class, here I am, and it was all, we was doing all delicate stuff, run-outs and piping work, and, you know, not what you see in your Publix. I'm not knocking Publix, they do good cakes, I'll give them that. But I'm not talking about that kind of work. It's like, you know, you look at it and you're like, holy shit, how'd you do that? And some of it. And I've seen amazing things done with sugar, etc. But anyway, I couldn't wait. I wanted to get to the end result. I wanted to see it. Meanwhile, you end up rushing the part that's the best part. What is that bit, right? The lead up to that. So there's your goal, you want your goal. Beautiful thing to have a goal. Some direction, giving the mind a direction. But don't waste the time getting there in worry and how am I going to do it, and the things that don't go right or how we expect them to be. people we may meet that we're not really, people we meet that we're like, fucking yes, right? It's all part of the journey towards that goal. The goal is just the end result. In fact, when you get your goal, now what? You've reached your goal. Now you want to be setting another goal. Because all the growth and everything that's the absolute creme de la creme of that goal is all the learning and all the pieces, parts leading up to that. Don't miss out on those pieces, guys. We push past those because we want to get to that end bit. But then we sit there and we go, okay. I did that to one of my guys this week. I'm like, what happens when you get to the goal and then you're like, and a chuckle come across because it's right. Then what? You want to start looking on, making that next before you get to the one goal, you might want to start thinking as you're getting towards that goal, thinking about the next thing, write some shit out, making it frickin' happen. But tell ya, don't wince at the least little kind of thing that gets in the way of the journey there. It's part of the learning, it's part of the teachings. Something's telling you to go that way, because once you learn that, hey, now you're in a way better position of when you get into that goal or when you reach that goal. Whatever that may be. It may be a skill that you're trying to learn, and you keep going at it, you keep taking the knocks, and then you get that skill. Now what happens? What happens when you're standing someone next to you, or you're looking to do a career with this, and the person next to you hasn't had those lessons, don't know how to get out of those things, haven't had those knocks? Now you're going to start appreciating the knocks that you took, because you're going to stand out, because you know now. The lessons were there, the teachings were there, the bumps, the things that would make us turn away are the things that we want to look at even more closely and start moving through that shit. Just like why I'm out for a walk. Yeah, I've been letting things slip a little bit. I'm just starting to notice I'm a little bit like my head ain't like with it. Just noticing mood off now and again, noticing a bit of anger coming in, and it's like, okay, I'm noticing these things. What the hell am I going to do about that? What's my goal? My ultimate goal is have absolute control of this. Control. Now, will I ever get it before they put me into the ground or wherever I'm going or whatever they're doing to me? I don't know. Probably not, but I'll tell you what, the work to get there is teaching me every day. Teaching me something about myself. Like right now, here I am, I'm out. I'm like, right, I want to talk to people about this because we put so much emphasis on the goal and not the journey to the goal. It's time to turn that around, guys, because, you know, the journey is where all that learning is, like I said. And don't stop and wince and go, okay, I can't handle this when the going gets a little bit tough, because the going is going to get tough. You want it to get tough. If things just come easy, then what's the point in being in it? Everybody does it, right? So what's the point? What's the point in being in a position, especially if you're in a position where you want to reach a management position, that's your goal, and then you reach that management position, right? And you want to move forward. Hey, you don't want to be stopping at the least little wince, because if you go stopping at the least little wince, or if getting up to that management position was like freaking really, really easy, then look at the job. Is the job anything? You want the challenges. You want the things that are going to push you in the different directions. You want those things that get in the way. You want those. I said to someone, one of my guys, I said, embrace the discomfort. Embrace the discomfort. When you embrace the discomfort, Now you're not so freaking worried about it and trying to push that discomfort away. Because what do we normally do? We get into discomfort and we don't want it there. Or the brain don't want it there, don't like it. So it tries to push that discomfort away all the time. It's always going to do it. And it's going to bring certain things into place as well that's going to turn you away when you hit those certain areas of like, yeah, you might get stung a little bit. But like I said to my daughter that came in and she was worried about a grade on her exam, she wants to go off and be a chiropractor. And she came in one day and she was all worried about the exam, and I said, okay, so what happens if you don't get it? Well, I'm in my grade, blah, blah. And I said, is that going to stop you from being a chiropractor? Is it? So anything that comes in the way, how badly do you want that goal? Because that's going to depend on how much drive you have to go and work through those fears. But don't stop at the fears, guys. Keep that movement forward. Let me go for a walk up here, around here. Keep that movement forward. Take the knocks. You think a boxer, a professional boxer, never got hit? How do you think he learned how to take the punches and dodge and you know, slip? And how do you think he learned all that? By getting hit quite a bit. And after getting hit quite a bit, you start to realise that, you know, hey, if it's coming this way, then I know what to do. But you got to take the punch first. You got to know I tell you, even to know how to punch, you got to know how to take one, because you'll know what it feels like. There's a definite difference. But hey, if a boxer got it easy, and you threw him up in a ring, I don't know. Unless he's an absolute complete natural and needs absolutely no training or anything like that, then okay, or gets lucky. But if you told me to put my money on somebody, this guy over here that's just been dropped into this and doesn't really know much about, you know, even how to throw a punch, over somebody that's been through the training, the journey part of it to the goal of being a boxer, my money's on that guy. Absolutely, you know. And if my guy goes down, I'll be like, that was a bit lucky. So don't stop. Don't stop. Let the journey take you wherever it's taking you. Sometimes some things come up in that journey on the way to that goal to where you're not even expecting it to go in that direction. But you know what? It's your choice whether you like which direction it's taking you or not. And then you shift that. But hey, I've had some things that have come up and I've not liked it. I've been a bit like, ooh, you know, or I've worked through something and I didn't quite like it, but the growth from it and the guidance from it, second to none. Didn't realise I was going to be going in that direction. May not have liked the direction I kind of went, but shit. You know, sometimes, I'm not saying all the time, guys, but sometimes the more shit that gets thrown at us, the more we freaking get to learn. Or you know, you're moving through these things. Use your resources, use your tools. Don't stop. Keep going towards that goal. But don't make the goal the one and only thing. The journey there is the important bit. Make the journey the most important, because when you get to the goal, you're going to want to be looking for another one. Hope everybody has a good one. I'm just crossing the road here, probably going to get bleeding splattered. I'll walk up onto the green, I'll be sensible. All right, safe to cross, green cross code, man. Here we go. All right, guys, stay the course. Namaste.